Hi everyone, hope you are well. Let me start with my personal story. Many years ago, I was working in a big financial organization in the front line, and my job was advising and selling financial products. And there are three components of my key performance indicator or KPI. One was compliance, one was how much I was selling. I had a specific target, and the third component was customer experience survey. So basically, based on the customers that I have served, the organization would contact a selected set of customers, randomly selected, and gather feedback about how I have performed in helping them with their needs. Now, in the first component or compliance, I was doing very well. I was consistently doing 100, getting 100 out of 100. But in the other two, uh, which are selling and customer experience, I was not doing that great. I was doing well, but it was not the best. It's not something I would be very comfortable with. Now, my people leader at the time could not care about it. All he was doing was basically occasionally taunting me with my performance, but never did anything to help me or how I could do better. And I was relatively new to the workforce, so I had no idea of how I could ask for help from him. However, at the same time, at this stage, something happened and that changed to my advantage. We had a new people leader and she was very different. Her attitude was very different. So she booked one on one with all of her direct reports, and I was also one of them. So I was also called for a one on one with her, and she told me how I was performing in the last 1 hour and not an hour in the last 1 year. And she started by appreciating me the areas where I was doing better and asked me what she could do to help me more. And she personally suggested that there are two areas of improvement which she could see, and she wanted me to tell her how she could help me. So I actually suggested her that because I was relatively new to workforce, I was probably not in a position. I'd rather appreciate some guidance from her about how I could improve, and obviously I also thanked her for the offer of support. So what she suggested to me that how about she sat with me in one of my conversations with my customers and observed me so she could get a first-hand experience of how I was talking to customers and how I was serving them. I thought it was a good idea. So she sat with one of those conversations with one of my customers, and of course with the customer's consent. So after the meeting was over, she gave me some areas of improvement. She suggested to me that one area where I needed to do work was taking into account the customer's perspective. And what she observed rightly, that I was too focused on compliance, and she said the rules are created to help customers, not to make it difficult for them. So you have to shift your focus on the customer, what they need, and how you interpret it to then serve their needs. So focus should be on the customer, not on your personal KPI. Of course, you are not supposed to do anything that is not in the book, but try to fill the way that when a customer comes to you, they come for help, and don't forget that they pay our wages. So your first priority should be to service the customer. What could you do? And she gave me some examples of thinking beyond the box examples. And she told that I need to polish my conversation, like I should not appear as too strict, rather I should have some sort of softness to my conversation. Now that conversation took about 10 minutes and she gave me some tips, and guess what, the result was outstanding. I followed what she told me, and I consistently started to perform very well, and I became one of the best performers. Now, what is the message from this? The message is this, that as a people leader, you can do so much to help your team members through this one-on-one conversations. I cannot stress enough how important this is, this one-on-one conversations with your team members. So if you are a people leader, connect with your team members. Before you connect, it's probably a good idea to see how they are performing and offer to help. If you have to observe them, do an observation, and then consistently do one-on-one, give them some guidance, and maybe set up a fortnightly cycle to give them feedback, like how they have been performing, where they could improve more, or where they have improved already and they should feel proud of that, or where else you could support them. On the other hand, if you are a team member, I would say if you are not happy about your performance, or even if you are doing well, it's a good idea to talk to your people leader about having these one-on-one coaching sessions. They are a very powerful tool to make the team a high performing team. I did not go into any theories, rather, I focused on a personal experience simply because of the fact a story is always a better example than the theories. So, this is my message. You use one-on-one for your advantage, either as a people leader or as an employee, and it's a great way to connect with your team, and most importantly, it helps us become better professionals in terms of serving our customers or engaging with our stakeholders. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment in the comment section. I want to know if you have a story to share, or if there is any trick in this one-on-one coachings that you use, or if you have benefited from this. Thank you for watching.